Hi guys, Linda here. All right, I am working on getting some flowers in my stash of embellishments. And I thought I'd show you a way that I do it that is kind of fun. I'm using die cuts, but I'm also using my scanning cut. So what I do is I take the die cuts, and these are Catherine Poole die cuts and stamp set. Well, that one's tattered lace. That's not it. Let's see. That's background one. I got a bunch of these last year, and I really haven't used them. So that's the flowers that I'm using, and these are the die cuts. I took some of those off of here. These are the ones that I want to use right now. So what I did is I die cut them in black, and then I put it in my scan and cut, and I had my scan and cut my pieces. So what I do is I take and stamp it once on a piece of paper, and then I can lay this in here, and I have some repositionable tape on here, or removable thing, just so it'll lay on there flat. And then what I do is, now for this one, what I want is to use these different pens, and this one is a Stampin' Up marker, and I'm just going to color in this part of the stamp with this orange color. And then the stem with the green, and this is a Memento green. And this cardstock is Nina White. And you know, I know this is kind of fussy to color these in like this, but it's having the die cuts already cut, I think makes it a lot easier. So I can go like this, and hopefully it's lined up good. And then there's my stamped image, my stamped flower. Now I could take this one and just take the image itself and hand paint it, hand color it. It probably won't be as nice as a stamp, but can still work. And then I wouldn't have all the white space, but I need to leave just a little bit so you can tell that it's petals. All right, so then I could do that, and this. I got a little bit of orange in my distress paint there. Oh, and I want to do this one, so I'm going to just put a little yellow here. And I really like my brother's scan and cut. I keep learning more and more about it from the paper chef. She's amazing with information. Like the thing I learned today was that if you're having trouble getting your scan and cut to take out white spaces or to scan something, that you just need to turn off your extra lights. Your overhead light is okay, but anything you have like on your desk or, you know, side lights and stuff like that, you can do that. So, you know, I could do, or I could color these with Copic markers, which I would probably like better than these markers. But that's another way that I could use these flowers. So there's two different ways. So I just wanted to show you that you can use your die cuts if you have a brother scanning cut and cut them out in black, and then you can you cut one out in black and then you glue them to a piece of paper, and then you take another piece of paper. So here they are on my mat, and they're all cut out in white. So I just need to take them off the mat and color them. So that's one of the things, one of the ways to get some flowers in your stash. Well, I've been working all day on flowers, getting a little frustrated, but trying out some different things. You know, I like this style of flower. Not real thrilled about all the white around the outside. And so this is one that I colored in, not so sure about. But these are the rest of the ones that I did, that I, you know, showed earlier, how I cut them out in black and then scan and cut them and then stamped them. And they're okay. I prefer a die cut like this that cuts the entire flower out, like this one. And I'll show you how I did that in a minute. This was another stamp from Catherine Poole's Stampin' die cut, and I just didn't like the way any of these really turned out. I tried some different things, like this one I used white embossing powder. One of them I did in green and then tried to use white embossing powder. I don't know, I just guess I don't really like all the white on it, so I wasn't real happy with those. These turned out a little bit better, but because the stem is so thin, this one I actually cut out on my scan and cut, which I was surprised that it would cut it. And so it took out mostly all the, I'll put it over here, well, no, over here, all the white, but the stem is so fragile. So then I got out my Tim Holtz die set, this one. And, you know, I like the way it's actually cut out, but they're really fussy and really tiny. So that's these here. And I'll just show you what all that involves. I was using yellow cardstock. Well, I used yellow cardstock to cut out these. And then I just had little spaces. So again, these are scraps for my scrap bin. And so I cut it out there. Then I had a piece of green. So I did make one out of green. And I thought, well, I'll make one more online out of green on my video. So I'm just putting it on there. So all the pieces are attached. You can't even, you know, cut them apart. So they're all attached. And on the package, you can tell that they use distress paper, like the coordinations paper, because you can tell that they, I don't know, sanded it or something. You can tell by the texture. But what I did, and it's really, besides being fussy, it's kind of confusing. So what I did is I took the pieces, let me turn this over because all my scribbling on there, you won't be able to see it, okay. So these little petals, I have an idea, but not 100% sure where they go on the flower. This is just in the way here. And here's one more. And then there's this piece, the stamen, that what it is. So what I did is I took that piece, punched out all the little holes, and I used aged mahogany, but it looks really brown on there, but that's okay. I thought it'd be a little bit lighter than a brown and a little bit redder, but it's not so red. So I just colored that. And then I kind of tried to figure out how these went. And they're tiny. They are tiny for these Okay. So, and I'm still not sure I have it right. Pretty sure that's the last one. It's these three that I'm really confused on. So I think I'm going to put that one here like that. And then I'm going to use an orange marker. This one. This is a Stampin' Up marker. I have all these old markers that I had in a drawer that I wasn't using, and I just put them up in a little shelf, like right in front of me, to make sure that I'd use them. So I'm just coloring every other one like this. And I mean, I could go back and cut out orange paper, or I could cut it all out in white and then do it. I could look up a video too, because I'm hoping there is a video out there. I haven't really looked for one. Okay, so I left my glue open quite a while I was doing this. So I'm just going to put glue all over this and hope it doesn't dry by the time I get back to it. Okay, so then I'm going to take my little tweezers, because everything is so tiny, and I'm going to put this down in here. And kind of straighten it out if I can. And then I'm going to take this one and put it here. And this one. And put it here. I think I got some ink from my finger on there. This one, and put it here, which I'm not sure if that's right or not. Oops, that wasn't good. So you can see these are really little fussy things here. So that's the way that one looks right there. And then this one, what I did for this one is first I took, and this is a Stampin' Up die, I took a green, and I took this lighter green, what is this one, Mowed Lawn, and I just colored the stem like this. Gotta go over it a couple times. And then I took my Versamark ink. I'm just going to take this anti-static thing on here just a little bit. And I took the Versamark ink and I just pushed it down in the pad. And then I put it in some, it's a holographic embossing powder. And then I just heat set it. So that's the way I've been making my flowers today. They're kind of fun, but they are, like I said, they're very putsy. So, but it'll be nice to have a bunch of flowers to put on, different things like little folded books or embellishments on pages or folds or tucks or anything like that. So that is what I've been doing today, making lots of flowers, and I'll probably make more, but I thought I'd just share some of the ones that I've made and the ones that I really don't care for. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. Bye-bye.